Children. They make us laugh and they make us cry. They try our patience and they thrill our hearts. They are our dream for today, our hope for tomorrow, and the promise of a future yet to come. They are truly our miracles. But when circumstances arise to threaten the health and safety of our children, we must rise to meet the challenges on their behalf. And that is why T.C. Thompson Children's Hospital was formed, a legacy that has become today a full-service facility of the caliber usually found only in very large cities. Medical care at Children's Hospital is much more than just providing adult services to smaller patients. The goal is that children coming to Children's Hospital be treated with specially tailored diagnostics and treatment services using equipment scaled to match the size of the patient in a creative and fun environment that gives comfort and eases the fear and anxiety of both the child and the parent. We have a vision for Children's Hospital, a vision that cannot become a reality without the generous philanthropic gifts of this community. And that is the purpose of the T.C. Thompson Children's Hospital Foundation. In the last 5 years, the foundation has helped to raise $6.1 million to fund equipment and signature projects like the establishment of the Vance-Stafford Clinic, expansion of the Neonatal ICU, and renovation of the Pediatric ICU. The generous support that has made these projects a reality has been saving children's lives all across our 50-county service area and touching families like Stephen and Jacqueline Rucker.
We had planned to go to a different facility to have our babies. That was our plan, but things don't always go as you plan them, and we ended up here, and it was a blessing that we did. They decided to take the babies. Katie weighed 1 pound 2 ounces, and Annie weighed 1 pound 7 ounces.
They were found to have patent ductus arteriosus, which is a vessel in the heart that doesn't close off. Typically closes off with the first breath of a newborn, but a lot of times in the case of a preemie, it doesn't seal off. So they both had that. They treated both of them with some medication, and Annie's medication worked and ended up closing that off, and then Katie ended up having to have a surgical procedure to close hers off. It was probably one of the most difficult things we've ever had to go through, walking down to the operating room with your child that's less than 2 weeks old and basically putting them in somebody else's hands to do what seems to be a pretty common procedure in this business, but to us it didn't seem too common. After she gave birth, I made the walk from the mother-baby floor to back here, and it's a scary feeling, but every time you walk through those doors, you know that it's not just nurses, but you got a bunch of angels back there. Without the care that the girls have received here in the NICU at T.C. Thompson, without that care, I don't know that they'd be here today.
I don't know what we would have done if we had to go somewhere else.
The NICU is the highest level unit in the region and expected to care for more than 800 struggling infants this year. And that is why it is one of the ongoing funding projects for this year. So far, we have been able to purchase state-of-the-art beds and warmers with the hopes of making them accessible to all premature and critically ill newborns. Kathy Corley's journey with her daughter Anna began in the NICU, but continues even now with extensive outpatient treatments and surgeries.
Anna was diagnosed prenatally with esophageal atresia and Down syndrome. Anna spent 3 months in the NICU and had surgery several times to repair her esophagus. The nurses are so extremely skilled. I never for once felt uncomfortable leaving when I needed to leave. I knew that the nurses there knew her issues, and were watching her very, very closely. Anna has had 13 procedures on an outpatient basis over the course of about a year. She is facing additional surgeries. We don't know exactly how many more it will take.
But one challenge they face is in the bottleneck of outpatient surgery that services more than 6,400 children each year, and yet must turn away nearly 3,000 others who need procedures.
Outpatient surgery is the support system for children's surgery. And what that means is that this is where the children come. The problems we face with scheduling is a limited space. We only have 16 rooms to operate from, and that in itself limits us. We can do up to 50 kids a day surgery-wise, but not all those kids get their own room because we don't have enough space. We have a lot of add-ons in the end of the day because we couldn't work them in during the morning time. What that means is that child was waiting for surgery longer. Mom and dad was waiting for their child to have surgery longer, so it increases that anxiety.
There have been times that we've had to wait there before Anna is ready to go back, and as she's gotten older she's more familiar with what that means, so it makes her a little more nervous now to have to sit and wait.
We are here as a pediatric facility. We have play therapists and people who work with us, but that's still an anxiety for that family that we don't want to happen if we can keep from it.
The hospital has really in so many different ways enriched her life, just even making it possible for her to be here today. In the beginning we didn't know what things were going to be like for Anna, but now I feel this tremendous hope for her future.